Hey guys, Netherite Dev here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a custom sword. So you can see I made the sword here, and it has an animation as you can see. And if I go ahead and bonk this dummy in the head right here, just like that, bonk, you can see that it takes damage. And if I get a headshot on him, that's not a headshot. If I get a headshot on him, hold on a second, you can light this up. So you can see if I get a headshot on him, if I get a headshot on him, it does even more damage than a normal hit. So I think it's pretty cool. You do need to be close to them though. But if you guys are excited for this video, then leave a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for 150 subscribers. Set up reveal soon. All social media is in the description below. All plugins used in this video are in the description below. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Be sure to subscribe or I will bonk you just like I bonked this dummy. See ya. Hey guys, I am in my base plate here, as you can see. And I'm going to start by building my sword. I'm going to do a time lapse of building my sword starting now. Alright guys, I am finished with my sword. As you can see, I went for like a Minecraft style sword, and I think it turned out pretty good, I guess. Make it like a little wooden sword. So now what I'm going to do is in workspace, you're going to want to click the plus, and you're going to add in a tool. You can rename it to whatever you want. So mine's a sword, so I'm just going to name it sword, and that's what the tool is. You're going to select all the parts that are in the tool, and you're going to want to move it into sword right here, just like that. So you can see they're all in this tool here. And you're going to want to name a part of it handle. So for me, this little part right here, this is the handle right here. So I'm going to rename it to handle, like that. And you want to make sure it has a capital H or else the tool will not work. Now what we can do is we can select every part individually like this. And you're going to want to go to plugins, and you're going to go Moon Animator plugin. I'm going to leave a link in the description to the plugin. You're going to go to the easy weld area of it, and you're going to go to parts right here. Then you're going to click join and place, just like that. And now you can see there's a bunch of welds added into handle. So if I were to play this, yeah, I could grab my sword, just like that. It's kind of big, but you can see that I'm holding it, but it's not quite in the position I want to hold it. It might be in the right position for you, but for me, I want to adjust it, so I'm going to show you how to do it right now. And the sword's way too big. I'm going to make this thing a lot smaller. There we go, that looks better. Alright, so in order to edit the grip of your tool, you're going to want to get a plugin called Tool Grip Editor. There are two versions of it. There's a free version and a paid version. The paid version only costs 5 Robux. Now I have the paid version, as you can see over here. They're going to want to open it up and click on the tool. Or you can use the free version. Whatever you want, both of them will be in the description. And you're going to edit the grip of the tool. So you're just going to move the hand to wherever you want. If you're using the free version, it's going to look a bit different, but it's basically the same thing. I really do recommend you get the paid version though, because it's much easier and very cheap as well. There you go, so you can see that I adjusted it to how I wanted it. So you can move it, and then you can rotate it. So this is how I want it to be held. So I'll rotate it a little bit more. There you go. Just like that. As you can see over here. That is how I want it to be held. Alright, so now that we have the grip of it set up, let's go ahead and test it again. We click play, and we go over to it. You can pick it up, and it's a lot smaller this time. Looks much better. And you can see I'm holding it where I want to hold it now, in the right position. So, there you go. But we still need to animate the sword and actually make a hit script. So before I make the sword script, let's go ahead and animate it. animate the sword. So what we can do is in plugins again, everybody has a plugin called Rig Build Editor automatically. You're going to find it, Rig Builder right here, and you're going to insert a block rig. And you can see we have Mr. Dummy here. And then what you can do is also in your plugins, you should have a plugin named Animation Editor. So you can just click on that and select the dummy, and we're going to create an animation. I'm going to name my animation to Sword Swing, like that, and create it. If you want to, you can create your own animation. I'm going to work on this animation and speed it up, but I will leave a link. I will leave the ID of the animation in the comments if you want to use mine. So let's go ahead and speed this up. Alright guys, so I've made my animation, as you can see right here. So I think it looks kind of nice, and if you want to use it, I'm going to be leaving the animation ID in the description, so that way you guys can use it if you want to. But first, before we export our animation, you're going to click the three dots if you made your own. And you're going to set animation priority, and you're going to make it movement. So you're going to set animation priority, and you're going to make it movement like that. And then now what you can do is you can click the three dots again, like this, and then you're going to go to export, and you're just going to name it, submit it, and it's going to export. So you're going to copy your ID. Again, I'll leave my ID for it in the description if you want to use it. Alright, so you can go ahead and close that now. And in the sword here, we're going to add in a script for our sword. So we can just click the plus here. We're going to add in a script. And in the script, we can add in the animation, just like that. And we're going to put the animation ID to our ID, or whatever animation you made, if you made one. We can also go ahead and click out of this. There you go. So let's get to scripting. Okay, so we're going to create a few variables first. So first, we're going to create a variable for the sword. So local sword equals the script.parent. Alright, now we're going to create a variable for the slash animation. So local slash anim will be equal to script : wait for child animation, just like that. And then here we can create a variable called anim track, and then we're just going to leave that empty with no definition for it, or nothing describing the variable, because we're going to fill that in later. So now what we can do is local hit characters. The local hit characters is going to be equal to these pointy brackets here. So it's going to be, we're going to be creating our table, but we're not going to put anything in the table yet. We're going to do local debounce will be equal to false, just like that. So now we're going to create a first function. So we're going to do sword.activated connect, and we're going to connect to a function, of course, just like that. And we can do if debounce, then return n. So basically, if debounce is set to true, which right now it's set false, then we're going to not run this function right here. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set the debounce to true after this is run. And we can do local humanoid will be equal to script.parent.parent.humanoid. Oh, and we can also put an equal right here. I forgot about that. Sorry. So make sure it says that debounce equals true, not debounce true. Debounce equals true. Here we go. Now we can do if not anim track. Then so we're gonna set the animation track, anim track equals to humanoid load animation, and we're gonna load the animation we just added, just like that. And we're gonna put an end there. So we're gonna play the animation. So anim track play, just like that. And we can wait 0.1 seconds. And then we can set the debounce to false again. You can set whatever debounce time you want, but I'm just putting 0.1 seconds. Just like that. Alright, so down here we're actually going to make a damage script. But before we do that, what we need to do is we need to actually create a hitbox for the sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate one of these parts here. Just this one, I guess. Yeah, just duplicate like that handle thing here. And we're going to make it cover the entire sword, as you can see. Just like that. And the handle too. It's going to be as big as the entire sword. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set the transparency of it to 1. And we're going to go ahead and rename this to hitbox. Just like that. And now we have an invisible hitbox. And you can set can collide to true. To false. Set can collide to false. That way it can't hit anything. Well, it can still hit stuff, but it won't get in the way. So set can collide to false. Alright, so back in our script here, what we can do. Oh, and be sure to weld hitbox to handle using the same thing I told you earlier. So select both of these right here, and we're going to go to plugins, and then we're going to go to easy weld, and we're going to join in place, just like that. So be sure to do that too, or else, because you need that for the script. So down here we can do sword, not script, sorry. Down here we can do sword. I did script again. Sword dot hitbox dot touch connect function. We're gonna name this function hit. Down here we're gonna do if hit characters. And then we're gonna do square brackets hit dot parent or not debounce, then return end. Just like that. And then what you're going to do is we're going to do if hit parent find first child humanoid. Then we're going to do if hit name is equal to head. Then we're going to make the head take extra damage. So basically what we're doing right now is we're adding headshot damage. So if the sword hits the dummy in the head right here, or a player in the head, it's going to do more damage than if it just hits them, I don't know, in the shoulder. And even if you don't want to do headshot damage, what I'm writing here is still required for the script to work. So if you don't want to do headshot damage, just put the headshot damage the same damage as the normal damage. So we're going to do hit parent. So hit parent humanoid we're gonna take damage, and we're gonna make them take 25 damage for a headshot. We're gonna do else down here. Oops, I meant to do it up here. Sorry. So we're gonna do else. Then you can just go ahead and copy this right here, this line of code. Because it's basically the same thing. And then we can paste it over here. But this time we're just going to make it take 20 damage for a normal hit. Again, if you don't want headshot damage, just change this to also 20 or else you are using. But since I want headshot damage, I'm doing 25. So down here, what we're going to do is hit characters. And we're going to do square brackets hit parent. I keep spelling parent wrong. Hit parent. And then we're gonna do equals true. And we're gonna wait 0.01 like that. And we can just copy this again. And we can set this to nil. So we can set the hit characters to nil. That's basically it with our script. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually gonna move this sword into backpack. Alright, there's backpack. We're gonna move into starter pack, So we're gonna put the sword in starter pack, and then you can go ahead and press play. If you don't want it in starter pack, it's totally fine. It's up to you. So you can see I have my sword here, and if I click it, you can see my little swing animation plays. And you can see that it works. Alright, we have our sword animation working. So let's check if it takes damage. Bam, bonk. There you go. You can see it took damage. You can bonk it again. You can see it took more damage. You can bonk him again. You can see we got a headshot that time, so it took more damage. We can bonk him even more. So as you can see, the sword works, and it looks kind of cool in first person. I'm not gonna lie. So if you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for 250 subscribers. 150. I keep saying 250. Thank you so much for 150 subscribers, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.